I'd like to talk tonight about something that lots of people say to me about assisted suicide. So it's me again, a distant voice, one of many that you're going to hear in the future. What people say is, I want the right. I want the right to be able to choose when I die. I understand people saying, I want the right. And they also say, you don't have a right to take that away from me. Well, I don't have the right to take it away from you, but people who feel like this should consider, first of all, that we don't live on islands, and the decisions we make for ourselves in a rather I want society now. And I think sometimes that's part of it, especially with young people. I want this, I want that, and I want the right to die when I want to. And the fact is that nearly every decision we make, every decision, some people would say, has an effect on other people around us. And whilst I appreciate people want the right to die, I think the problem is they just don't know the effect that's going to have on other people. Only today I was reminded that in 2003 Hammersmith Hospital pioneered the use of what's called expression of wishes in healthcare, which meant elderly patients were asked to imagine they had cancer, advanced dementia, were bedbound by a stroke, double incontinent, blind, or, yay, the favourite, confined to a wheelchair. For each condition, they were asked to choose whether to accept or refuse life-prolonging treatments, like being placed on a ventilator, that's a tick for me, artificial feeding, another tick, tube in the stomach, another tick, antibiotics, or being on a drip, or resuscitation. So I tick quite a few of them. Yeah, really. It's not that you're being asked because you're going to be in a wheelchair or because you've got a heart disease. People are being asked, what if? So of course it's a natural human reaction to think, oh, I couldn't cope with that, I couldn't cope with that. Of course people feel like that, but I'd like to make an expression of wish in healthcare, which apparently is all over the country now, so look out for it coming your way. I would like to express the wish that we stop all this and start asking people what care they would like, how they would like to be treated, and how we can best make them comfortable and look after each other. Which brings me to another person who I think she's outdone herself this week. Last Sunday, my friend Minette Marin in the Sunday Times, who has a problem with quite a lot of people, but she's definitely got a problem with what she calls grey cuckoos. And she sees us as the baby boomers in the rich world of old to young is changing so fast that by 2050 every couple will be supporting a pensioner on top of all the payments they must make to support needy people who are younger. Minette likes to choose her words. She likes to get her message over. She goes on to give us lots and lots of statistics, and you read them and think, oh my God, let's get them all together now. Completely forgetting, of course, that the baby boomers have paid tax for years, which help build schools, houses, maintain government. No, we won't be thinking about that. We're just thinking about now because we want it now. I suppose really this talk is about wanting it now, whatever it is. She says baby boomers are increasingly resented for having grabbed the best of everything at the expense of the young. But far from all the baby boomers have a generous pension or capital assets. And I assume, Minette, you've got a generous pension and capital assets. Anyway, she's got an answer to this. And it's, of course, to do with assisted suicide, euthanasia. Minette's come up with the answer. She talks about Japanese history. When the Chinese used to call old people useless mouths. They voluntarily went out to meet their deaths. The Inuit taking advantage of extreme cold outdoors. And she said she's not remotely recommending that anybody does this, but she'd mentioned Switzerland, which may well, after a poll, in subsidised care homes, be given the right to help residents kill themselves. Now, Minette would say, that's not what I said. I went on to say, there is something chilling about that. Minette, it's you that's chilling. It's you that's hard, and it's you that's heartless. People in such homes, she says, might come to feel assisted suicide was a decent thing to do. She said they were sparing themselves and their families a great deal of suffering, relieving those around them and the welfare state of a burden. They ought to be admired and thanked. Surely this is an honourable act. I think she talks about when people wandered out into the snow to die. We could have done that last winter. Should have taken advantage of it and sent a few out. She said she doesn't think it's right that people would feel under pressure. But then if you're saying, and my dog's now started to cry because he's obviously worried about him being euthanized, I imagine. She's obviously thinking that, you know, we mustn't put pressure on people. But the thing is, if you say that people who rush off to be euthanized should be admired and thanked. Come here, sweetie. What is it? Don't be afraid of Minette. Even though you're a bit crippled yourself, she won't be coming for you. I know. Come here, darling. Yes. He's not a fan of Minette.